Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. And whenever you're ready.
From the Fortune 400 to college football, we all love rankings. Being in the top 10 is usually an honor, but not when it comes to corporate giveaways. Missouri ranks number 9 as the most generous state in handing out corporate welfare, $5.2 billion in subsidies since 1990. It might be money well spent if the state was booming, but Missouri stands a dismal 49th in economic growth. Tax credits, enterprise zones, TIFs, there are all ways government tries to pick corporate winners. But all too often, we, the taxpayers, are the losers because we end up paying the bill. Instead of giving our money to certain businesses, why doesn't government just cut taxes for all of them? That would make Missouri a more attractive place to do business and stimulate growth. Let the free market decide what businesses thrive or falter, and let Missouri drop out of a dubious top 10 ranking.
Okay.
He's coming out. I don't think he's happy.
Move that back a little bit. It's kind of past your head there.
Do we need it? Do you need to move back a bit?
I'm gonna adjust the boom a little bit. Stay where he's at now. It's kind of shooting past his head. It sounds okay, it's just a little hollow.
Well, we don't want that.
Well, I'm just gonna.
I've been called hollow before. I saw, I went to the Bob Costas thing down at the Fox. Wow, what a great show. He's so good at those kind of, well, he's good at everything, but he's so good at that kind of stuff. He was funny, and he had Martin Short and he had Diana Ross, and I expect, you know, it's a charity thing. I expected them to do 30 minutes at the most, you know, come on, help us all out, thanks for being here. They both went over an hour. Well, she was like 55 minutes, but he was well over an hour, and brought John Hamm up on the stage to do a little skit and stuff.
He had a special guest. That was
He was, yeah, I mean, it was very impressive.
Yeah, well, he was here, and did he do his flesh-colored outfit? It kind of...
Martin?
Yeah, he came out and did this, like he was not naked, but naked, you know, and all these blue-haired ladies, I thought they were going to...
He didn't do that one.
Yeah.
He's a very funny man.
Good? Okay, we're going to try it again.
Okay, no problem. Here we go.
So, we are recording and anytime.
From the Fortune 400 to college football, we all love rankings. Being in the top 10 is usually an honor, but not when it comes to corporate giveaways. Missouri ranks number 9 as the most generous state in handing out corporate welfare, $5.2 billion in subsidies since 1990. It might be money well spent if the state was booming, but Missouri stands a dismal 49th in economic growth. Tax credits, enterprise zones, TIFs, they're all ways government tries to pick corporate winners. But all too often, we, the taxpayers, are the losers because we end up paying the bill. Instead of giving our money to certain businesses, why doesn't government just cut taxes for all of them? That would make Missouri a more attractive place to do business and stimulate growth. Let the free market decide what businesses thrive or falter, and let Missouri drop out of a dubious top 10 ranking.
Okay, he's shaking his head, so that sounds good.
He's bobbing his head or he's shaking his head? Shaking his head is not good.
Not.
Okay.
Okay, here we go, and let's do all right?
Okay.
And
When you go to the store to buy shoes, you try them on because you want a shoe that fits you. But the people who came up with Common Core seem to have forgotten that. They think one size fits all. The idea is simple: set common goals that students must meet in math and English. But the problem is that centrally imposed standards from Washington simply can't meet the individual needs of our local schools and students. Last year, Missouri vowed to adopt new standards by the 2016-2017 school year. Committees have until October to recommend new standards. Some groups are so divided they have refused to work with each other, and that just emphasizes the need for local control. Face it, kids do better in school because of great teachers who meet the individual needs of students. States, schools, teachers, students, they're all different. When it comes to education, just like shoes, one size doesn't fit all.
great. All right.
Okay, Dan? Yes, sir. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
We hear it often. Missouri is a low-tax state. At least we hear it from those who want to raise our taxes. And in terms of cigarettes and gas, Missouri is a relatively low-tax state. But consider the income tax. You pay 6% of what you make, and with the earnings tax in St. Louis and Kansas City, it's 7%. Not the worst, but higher than average and far from growing states like Texas and Tennessee where there is no income tax. And Missouri's sales tax is too high. Some places in the state are over 13%. We are far from being a low-tax state, but we can change that by cutting them. Studies have shown that the most damaging tax to average Missourians is, you got it, the income tax. That would be a good place to begin for individuals and businesses. We need to get our economy moving. Let's trust Missourians with their money so they can invest in themselves. Is you okay with that?
All right, good. All right, so net sound, crowd.
Yeah. Pretend there's...
We'll get something like that, and we've got some good sound effects.
This was more for radio. If you can't do the crowd, that's fine.
Oh, no, we can do it. All right.
All right. It's easy to get carried away with the roar of the crowd at an NFL game. It's great entertainment. But when it comes to paying for your team, the price of a ticket should be enough. Talk of the Rams possibly leaving St. Louis has prompted plans for a new stadium. The price tag, almost $1 billion, with roughly $400 million in public money. Public money, that's our tax dollars. And we still owe $120 million on the stadium we have now. Study after study has shown that new stadiums do not provide a boost to the economy. Rather than get fleeced by the Rams, why not a privately financed stadium? It's been done in San Francisco and New Jersey, so why not in St. Louis? That way, our $400 million can be directed toward real needs like public safety. NFL football, it's great entertainment, but a lousy economic investment.